Hello, ma'am. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good, ma'am. I'm good. How about you?
I'm also doing great. Your name is
Ma'am,
Sufi.
yes, ma'am. My name is Supi. I
Okay.
was so excited to have session with you, ma'am, and I have been waiting for a very long time. Finally, I came here, so I'm so excited.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
also happy talking to you. And tell me about yourself, Sufi.
yeah, sure, ma'am. I'm Supi, and speaking to you from Jharkhand. Currently, I'm pursuing graduation in arts stream, and along with that, I'm helping students to improve their spoken English. And apart from this, I'm running a YouTube channel named Sufi Rani, where I upload conversational videos and sometimes solo videos. On weekends, like when I get free time, I make solo videos. Yeah, so that's all about me now.
Okay. So you are doing BA. You are doing BA.
Yes, ma'am, I'm doing that.
Okay. So you are in first year or second year?
I'm in last year, ma'am.
Okay. You are in final year. So
Yes, ma'am, I'm in
after
fine.
BA, what are you thinking of doing?
Well, ma'am, to be honest, I didn't have the clarity that what do I have to do. So I chose political science, and later on, I lost the interest into the subject, and now my interest shifted towards English. So now I'm planning to make career into this field.
Okay.
Yeah, I
And
want to work as an online tutor. Yeah,
as an
so
online
I'm
tutor,
working.
and you want to become an English tutor.
Yes, ma'am, I want to become an English tutor. Yeah.
Okay, great. Tell me about your
Thank
family
you.
also.
Yeah, as far as my family is concerned, ma'am, so I have six members in my family. My my parents are teachers. Both are teachers.
Okay.
So they teach in government school.
Okay.
Yeah, so they live in village, and we siblings live together in city due to studies.
How many siblings?
I have three siblings, ma'am,
Okay. Are you the eldest?
and I'm the eldest one. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you have so much responsibility on your shoulders, huh?
So true, ma'am. Every time they ask some questions, and I have my household chores. I have to do it. And whenever somebody would come and when I have to do some work at home, they would say, "You're the eldest one, so go and do it." Like every time they would like dominate on me. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have a huge
So
responsibility.
whenever they do something wrong, then also you are blamed. So many times you are blamed because you let it happen, isn't it?
Exactly, ma'am. Exactly. We are blamed all the time. Even if my siblings would make any mistakes, my parents would say, "Why did you let him do? Or why did you let her do? You should have told that you don't do it." I don't know, like, why do they blame us? But yeah.
So you have three
So it
sisters.
happens. Yes, ma'am. One brother.
Okay, you have one brother and two sisters.
Yes, ma'am.
Both your parents are teachers. So what do they teach?
Well, ma'am, in government school, they don't have a particular subject. They teach all the subjects.
They teach all the subjects.
Yeah. Yeah, they teach all the subjects like Hindi, English. Well, mostly they teach Hindi, and maths.
They are in primary school.
Yes, ma'am. They are in primary school.
Okay, that is why, primary school teachers are like that, only they teach everything. But in the secondary school, the
Yeah.
teachers are, subject specialist teachers.
Yes, exactly, ma'am. Exactly.
Right.
Somebody want to choose like they are from English background, so they teach English. So
Yeah.
likewise,
One would be physics expert, so other would be social studies expert. One can't be expert in everything in bigger
exactly,
classes.
ma'am.
Yeah, in bigger classes. But up to fifth,
Uh,
it's, I think up to class 5, it's easy to teach all the subjects.
yeah, so anybody can teach. But in like rural areas, they find difficulty in teaching English.
You have English environment around you in Jharkhand?
Not at all, ma'am.
Okay.
Even the school where I have studied, there was no any environment. Even teacher themselves, they do not speak in English. So I have created myself, and I take some sections where I get chance to speak, or I have joined some applications and groups. So over there, I go and try speaking with them, and yeah, that's how I practice.
So how
Yeah.
long have you been practicing English?
Well, ma'am, it's been 2 years
Okay.
since I have been learning this language.
Okay.
Yeah, initial like when I was a beginner, I was not able to frame the sentences. Whenever I would talk to anyone, I would go blank. Nothing would come into my mind. But over the time, it's like, ma'am, challenging but rewarding too. Now people appreciate me that Sufi, can you teach English or can you help me to improve my spoken English? So yeah, ma'am, it's rewarding. I have been appreciating I mean, yeah, people started appreciating me that, okay, now you can speak, so help us to improve our English.
Okay, you were in a Hindi medium school.
Well, ma'am, it was not Hindi medium, but kind of English. Hindi and English both. They,
Like, in Hindi medium schools, they teach you social studies in SST, science, and maths in Hindi. But in English medium schools, they teach everything in English except Hindi and Sanskrit because those are other languages. So, in your school, did they teach you SST, science, and maths in Hindi or English?
they were teaching English, ma'am, except Hindi. So
Okay.
Hindi itself is like Hindi. So yeah, they were
Okay.
teaching in English, ma'am, and they would, ma'am, like they deliver all the things in Hindi.
Okay. If the question in the maths book is in English, even then they taught you in Hindi.
The language, yeah,
The language of
the,
the book is English, but they taught you in Hindi.
yeah, they
Okay.
teach in.
Like in science, they read a definition in English, then they cleared the concept in Hindi. So that's what used to happen.
Yeah, that's how it happens, ma'am.
And what about college? In college, did you get good
College.
atmosphere where everyone spoke English?
Not at all, ma'am. In college, no one speaks English. Even they take classes in Hindi. Sometimes I find difficulty in understanding what are they talking about, and the topics I hardly understand. So when it comes to exam, I I read all the things from YouTube
Okay.
because I don't understand. There are some words in Hindi which is quite heavy. I don't understand. So
The simple spoken Hindi is easy, but the written Hindi is very difficult.
exactly, and the
Yeah.
words like in political science, some words are
Yeah. But your books were in
advanced.
English.
No, ma'am, it's in Hindi.
Oh,
In Hindi, yeah, all the books are in Hindi.
then it must have been very difficult. Hindi, written Hindi is not so
Yeah,
easy.
ma'am. It's very difficult for us, ma'am, but
Right, right.
somehow I'm doing it. That's why I lost the interest completely.
Okay. Tell me one more thing. In your neighborhood also, and in your relatives, no one speaks English?
No one speaks
Okay.
English, ma'am.
So that means during these 2 years, whatever you have learned, everything you did on your own. You did everything on your own, right?
Yes, ma'am. I have done everything by my own and through social media. Yeah,
Okay.
I found online partner and I started practicing with them, and that's how I have learned fluency and confidence, all the things.
Very good.
Yeah.
Well, so congratulations to Sufi. You are speaking English well
Thank you.
and you learned everything by yourself. So
Yes,
tell
ma'am,
my
I have learned
viewers,
everything.
what all did you do in these 2 years?
Oh, ma'am, there are so many things which
What
people can do.
whatever, tell me whatever you did during these 2 years so that the learners, whoever is going to watch this video, it is going to be useful for them.
Okay,
I
ma'am.
keep telling them every time, but now a learner can tell them what they did,
Yeah, ma'am, I have watched already lots of videos of yours on YouTube. Yeah,
Okay.
I have been following you for a very long time. When
Okay.
you had around, ma'am, 3K subscriber or something. Yeah,
Okay.
so since
Okay,
then I
since
have
then you
been
have been
following you.
following me.
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Thank you
ma'am,
so much for being a loyal follower.
welcome, ma'am.
Okay.
Well, ma'am, when it comes to me, so 2 years back, I didn't know what to do, and I was watching videos in Hindi
Okay.
that how to learn English. Yeah. So what I realized that I must consume content in English. So I started to consume content in English. I started to learn good speaker, and I started to listen podcast and watch English video. I consume content a lot in English, and second, I started to narrate things. Whatever the things I would see around me, I started narrating it.
Okay.
And third, I would try to write it down before sleeping. Yeah,
Okay.
before sleeping, I would write whatever the things I would do in a day. I would write it down in my copy. Yeah.
Okay.
So these are the things I have done throughout my journey, and still I do it, ma'am. Every single day, I watch videos, I consume content in English, and that's how I am doing. And ma'am, even when I find some words, when like when I watch conversational videos, I come across new words, so I write it down. There's a two advantage of listening. I got to know the situation, that in this situation, what are the things they are using
Correct.
and how are they using it. Yeah.
Correct.
So I write it down and I try to incorporate it in my conversation. I try to use it in my conversation.
Mhm.
So that's how I do it. And
Okay.
every single day I do it. And I'm enjoying, ma'am. I'm enjoying this process and
Actually,
helping.
consistency is the key to success. So, since you have been doing all these steps every day, that is why it worked. Otherwise, it wouldn't have worked. If you, just work hard for a few days and then you think, no, it's not improving, then it doesn't work. You were consistent. So, that is the first
Exactly,
step.
ma'am.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
you
ma'am. In
started.
between, sometimes I felt demotivated that I'm not getting the fluency. I'm not going to learn it. I don't know why I'm not able to express. But ma'am, yeah, it's rewarding. Like later on, I realized it that, um, yeah, whatever the hard work I had put, now it is paying me off. So
Yes.
now it is paying me. Yeah.
Yeah.
So just keep doing that. Whatever they are learning, just they have to keep going, and yeah, they'll see the changes over time.
So, that means the first step was you started consuming content in English rather than
Content in
Hindi.
English.
So,
Yeah.
earlier you were watching content in English, you were watching Hindi videos to learn English. That wasn't helping
To
much.
learn English.
Yeah. Then you
That
started
is not
consuming
helping out.
English content, and then more and more English was going in your ears. Then it goes to the brain, and then if English is going on, English is there in your brain. It will definitely come out of your mouth, and you will start thinking in English if English
Exactly.
is there in your mind. And then the second thing you did was
True.
you started watching. What was the second thing?
I started narrating things, whatever things I
Right,
would
right.
see around.
You started
Yeah.
narrating things, whatever used to happen. You would narrate an incident that this happened and this happened. And lastly,
Yeah.
you would, write everything about the day that this happened today. And at the end of the day, you would
Yeah.
write everything that happened that day. So those were the three
Yeah, ma'am.
steps that you were following. So that's great.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah. And
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
when you listen to English conversations, your pronunciation also improves. But when you're reading and you're just reading, then your pronunciation will not improve. So you are listening, you are understanding where this word has come from. You understand the context as well as the new word. When you read it
Exactly,
from the
ma'am.
story or
Exactly.
conversation, you understand the meaning exactly.
Exactly, ma'am. Exactly. I couldn't disagree. All the things, ma'am. It's so true. I have improved my pronunciation. I had a mother tongue influence. Earlier, I was pronouncing so many words wrong, like comfortable and even English. I was not pronouncing properly English. Now,
Okay.
later on, by listening, yeah, I have improved it. Pronunciation.
You watch some other English content apart from conversations like movies, animated shows, and anything else?
Yes, ma'am. Nowadays, I'm not getting time to watch it,
Okay.
but yeah, earlier I used to watch animated stories and speeches. I listened speeches a lot.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I
Actually,
used to listen speeches, animated stories, and native speakers also. I used to listen to them, and that's how I have improved my like, pronunciation.
yes.
Yeah,
Your accent becomes different when you keep listening to English content. And when it is going in your head, your accent becomes different. In the
oh,
starting, sometimes people say, I do not know. But after a while, when they listen to other people, they would say, I don't know. It all depends on what you are listening to. If you just read it from a book and
exactly.
don't listen to any English content, then it won't work that way.
It doesn't work exactly, ma'am. You'll be making the same mistakes again and again because you are not listening to the other people. How are they
Yes, yes.
pronouncing the word? When we listen to the other people, we get to know. Yeah.
Yeah. So that is why just buying a translation book doesn't make anybody learn English. They can never become fluent by just
So
buying a
true,
book.
ma'am.
That alone doesn't work. That works, but that alone is not enough.
It depends on people also, ma'am. Like in which thing they are interested. If they like reading, they can go for it. Like we are not
Reading is also
stopping
important,
them.
but if someone is not fond of reading, if they only listen to
Yeah.
conversations, only listen to English, watch English movies, serials, and anything, then if they only
Yeah.
do that, even then they can learn very good English. So
Exactly.
listening to
Exactly,
English
ma'am.
content is the most important, then reading, then writing. So these two things can also be done. They are also helpful, but only doing that will not work.
Yeah, exactly, ma'am. That's how it works. Even how the child learns, they know writing? Not at all.
Yeah,
How do they learn? Just by listening to
only
their
by listening.
parents.
Yes. When they
Yeah,
are 3 years
just by
old, they have
listening.
not gone to a single school. They have not stepped out of their house. They only learned whatever they are speaking, mama, papa, whatever. They only
Exactly.
listen to their parents, then no one else. Learn to speak without learning grammar, without writing a word.
Yeah.
Yeah, they still
They
learn how
are
to speak.
able to speak.
Yes.
Yes.
So,
So,
how's your channel
ma'am,
going on, Sufi?
well, ma'am, currently I have 943 subscribers, and I'm
Okay. So
hoping
very
that this
soon,
month I'll
so
complete
very soon you
1K.
are going to reach 1K subscribers.
Yeah, ma'am.
So that's great. You would be hitting 1K subscribers very soon. I wish you luck. And you are
Thank
doing
you, ma'am.
great, but you can improve your fluency. Just keep doing these things. Don't leave them. You will be even
Yeah,
more
sure,
fluent, and
sure,
then
ma'am.
you can help so many people with the help of your channel.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, what happens like when it comes to senior? I get conscious that I don't have to make mistake, and the chances are very high to make mistake, and I ended up making more mistakes. So it happens like when it comes to senior, it happens with me. But yeah, when I'm with my friends, I'm very much confident.
Yeah. Yeah, it happens with
I'm
everyone,
trying.
If you speak to a child who doesn't know a line of English, then your confidence will be here. And when you speak to a person who
Ah,
is an English expert, definitely the confidence goes down. So, but
exactly.
with time, you will not be nervous even in front of a, senior. That will not
Senior,
happen
exactly.
after a few years. It will not happen with you. Wish you luck.
Yeah.
And it was a lovely conversation. I really enjoyed talking to you.
So do I, ma'am. I really enjoyed it, ma'am. Thank you so much for your wishes.
They would watch this video, they will all get inspired. So nice talking to
I'm
you.
glad.
Okay,
Same
bye
here.
bye. Take care.
Bye bye, ma'am.
Bye.